Hello and welcome back, everybody. We are continuing our dives in Beyond Blue. Last week, we came across a giant squid and learned a little bit more about the dark zone of the ocean and how squids and other bioluminescent creatures interact. Let's see what the story has for us today.
Day 13. We're in the vents region without a map because of the lost drone. Diving blind, but I know these vents are important to Arena. We tracked a tag from our whale family here. I'm hoping it just fell off, as this would be an unusual place for a whale to be. Andre has the dive suit in safe mode, so I'll have restricted range. Head south to find the clearing for the sub pickup. Check. Ready to dive.
All right, let's dive in. We are still
I'm in
relatively
and
far
okay.
deep.
Remember, no buoys and no waypoints. I put a simple version of the mapping system on your Manta drone. Now, we won't get your feed live, so we'll hear you, but won't see what you see.
I really wish we hadn't lost that mapping drone.
Relax. You know I've got this.
Of course, but we'll keep unnecessary chatter to a minimum to help you focus.
Roger that. No chit-chat. Singing's okay, though, right?
All right. So, what do we have here? Split fin flashlight fish. And you can see their bioluminescence. Now, I don't know what we're going to discover here. But let's see what we can find just swimming around. Oh my goodness, it's a sleeper shark. Very, very similar to the Greenland sharks.
Again between a dormant vent and a live vent?
Well, the live vents would have 400-degree water streaming out, so that's one way.
Check. Wide berth in the live hydrothermal vents.
Sorry, I thought my mic was muted. This is a dormant field. No live vents.
Yeah, these are very, very similar to Greenland sharks, which are my favorite species, but different areas of the sea. And they tend to live really, really long time, just in general. And while they may look slow, they are still apex predators. At least the Greenland shark is. Don't know much about sleeper sharks completely, but the Greenland shark I've done a few presentations on because they are one of my favorite species that has a cause for concern due to the global temperature rises. And they are very deep diving sharks that tend to live towards the bottom. But in the Greenland area, the Greenland sharks specifically come up to the surface regularly. There's just so much to see down here. Oh, that's the way we came from. Don't get lost. Although getting lost down here is very, very easy to do. Now, hydrothermal vents in general tend to provide different types of temperatures to the water, which allows for unique ecosystems to form. And hopefully we get to see some of that. I know it's kind of barren right now. But hopefully we start to see some interesting creatures.
Neither of you are gonna believe this. I think I found the mapping drone.
Really?
No way.
Can you scan it to make sure?
Scan confirms. I thought you programmed it to track the noise from the miners.
I did. I definitely did.
Maybe you never committed the change. You were pretty exhausted that night.
Maybe.
Well, we found our missing drone. I wonder what happened to it. Hello, little sharky. Let me swim next to you.
Okay, this dive just keeps getting stranger. How hot did you say that water typically is in a live vent?
Is that a joke?
No joke. Well, we're down one drone, but discovered an unmapped vent system.
Mirai, this is great. I truly believe that these systems are the key to understanding the origins of life. Thank you so much for doing the dive under these conditions.
Actually, that might be the answer.
What?
To why the drone died.
We were talking about the origins of life.
My mind won't stop if it can't fit all the pieces together. The mapping drone may have cruised too close to the vent. It's got more delicate equipment on its underside that are not rated for anything close to that temperature.
You sound almost pleased.
Well, it's better to know the flaws so you can fix them.
So this is an active vent, even though we said we was diving on an inactive vent. Now, thermal vents can have a lot of hot temperatures coming out of them, which makes sense if the drone did go into it, like they said. Sensitive sensors can be shorted out or even melted completely. Oh, we got a jellyfish of some kind. Oh no, that's not a
I need
jellyfish.
a silent treatment, but I think I just discovered a new species of octopus.
Not sure I can confirm that with just one scan.
Sorry, didn't copy that.
So we've got a 7-legged octopus. Wow, octopus. Wow, cannot talk today. Let's see. Pretty cool little dude. Hopefully we see more of them. Still got our shark swimming above us. Oh, what's this?
Irina, did you expect volcanic activity here?
Describe, please.
Red, glowing. Need more?
Mirai, I would give that a very wide berth. Like maybe from your sub.
So we have some lava. Active magma flows are pretty cool. There's a lot of unique life around these kind of thermal vents and lava flows that you don't normally see because, one, they're underwater and we don't go down there, but just because
Are
they're
you
so
kidding
deep.
me?
Describe, please.
I can't. I mean, I don't want to.
Mirai, you're making me uneasy.
Seriously, we'll look at it together when I'm done with the dive.
So this is a deep sea mining drill bit used to destroy the ocean bottom for minerals. And they cause all sorts of undue destruction. Which honestly is one of the biggest reasons I got into ecology. There's so much that we as scientists know, but no one wants to listen to or understand. And how it affects everything overall. And wildlife is constantly changing and interacting with these changes that are occurring, but they are not making clear, like, profound changes. Oh, what's
no.
this?
What happened to you? Were you sick?
So I'm going to scan these real quick. I know it's kind of a lot of bings. But I actually want to talk about this a little bit. This is not something that you get to see frequently. But this is what's called a whale fall. And I'll let them do some talking first, and then I'll want to kind of elaborate on it. Because this in and of itself is a whole unique ecosystem. Problem is there's just so much swimming around it. I apologize about all of the scanning sounds. But it's a good chance to build our codex.
Are you okay?
Just getting a few last scans.
Okay, apparently we didn't hit the point of getting the... There we go. We're going to scan the fluke because, as I mentioned in the previous videos, a lot of whales have unique identifying marks. And we can kind of identify
I'm
who they
saying
belong
goodbye
to.
to a friend. Can you send the sub?
So this is a very quick dive, but it's unique talking about a whale fall. So before we go further, I just want to talk about them a little bit. They tend to last years. There is so much that a whale fall does for the ecosystem at the bottom levels, where first of all you have your normal phase in which the scavengers really start to come. This takes anywhere up to 2 years-ish for larger scavengers to start consuming all of these soft tissues. And then you get the smaller invertebrates, which we were kind of seeing there. We had a lot of the crabs and the tube worms going in and polishing off and getting rid of some of the softer materials that are less desirable, as well as scavenging anything that remains. And then after that, you can get another time frame for up to another 50 years of just bacteria breaking down the bones and releasing the hydrogen and the chemicals from the body of the whale back into the environment. But really what makes this kind of a unique thing to see is, as whaling has continued throughout multiple countries and multiple regions, it affects the entire ecosystem and it stops a lot of these whale falls from happening naturally. And we're losing out on the unique ecosystems that they bring. But we're going to talk a little bit about it and kind of do the wrap up of the dive. This was a very short one, so we might continue with another dive afterwards because we've only been going for a few minutes. So let's listen to the call and see what we learned.
We watched the video log from your dive. I'm truly heartsick.
I'm furious. Where should we start?
Let's start with the mining.
The destroyed vent. I couldn't believe how badly the seabed was chewed up.
Vents that might have had a fossil record dating back over 1 billion years.
And microbial life that doesn't exist anywhere else on the planet. Who knows what cures we've lost.
Your drone's a fallen hero, Andre. I think it spooked the miners before they did more damage.
If you hadn't been willing to dive without a map, we would never have confirmed they were actively mining.
Who gets the satisfaction of turning them in?
We were debating that before you came on.
We should jointly report. It'll be stronger.
Agreed.
Agreed. Now tell us about the whale fall. Could you ID the whale?
The whale fall was definitely from the baby's family. The tail fluke was intact enough to scan it.
But you are sure it wasn't the mother?
It wasn't the mother. The ID matched another whale we know from her family. But it was an older whale, so more vulnerable.
Do you think there's any connection to the miners?
They did plenty of damage, but I don't think the whale fall is on them.
I can pull out anything from the scan log that might be worth investigating.
Already have. Can you turn these into dive objectives?
Right. Catch you in a bit.
So we're gonna have a little bit of a longer dive now, where we are actually kind of getting into the last dives of the mission. Honestly, we're gonna start to see this storyline kind of come to be. I think we have what, this was our 6th dive, I think. So I think 2 to 3 more dives, and it really starts focusing less on the sea life and more on the ecological side of it, which is really where my expertise is going to come in. And I will talk a lot more about what is happening and how these kind of things are being currently impacted. For instance, we just looked at the deep sea mining stuff, and the deep sea mining stuff is a major concern whenever it comes to these undiscovered environments. There's so much life down there that we do not know about. We have only mapped and looked around the ocean maybe less than 10% compared to as much as we've got in space. It's crazy. There is so much in these environments that we just don't know, especially under the sea. But let's go back and see if we could do the next dive. This episode will probably be a little bit longer because I want to do the second dive here instead of wrap it up. Oh, what's this book, though? Oh, Codas and Clicks, The Communication Theory of Whale Songs. Interesting. I actually got a few new books coming in, not necessarily based on this. But focusing on different ecological standpoints as well as history. But let's go ahead and hit the next dive.
Day 14. Arena's analysis of the whale fall shows evidence of toxins from a harmful algal bloom. We have to find Andrea and her family and get biosamples. On a positive note, Andrea's side trip was a success. He found an amazing group of teens who have been nurturing the turtle population back to health. Running out of dive time, especially if I go home early. Ready to dive.
I'm in and okay. This area looks so different at night. I used to love diving in the moonlight.
The pod was active in this area as recently as an hour ago.
When was the last tracking data for the baby or its mother?
Days ago. But they could be with the pod right now and just not making any noise.
So we're back at kind of where we started in the first episode, but we're diving at night. So we might see some unique species, but a lot of this is going to be focused on checking on Andrea and her family. We'll get a chance to catch some more species that we haven't scanned yet, or complete some of our scan logs. Now, if you are enjoying these series and you want to see more of it after I finish the storyline, I'm more than welcome to go in and do some of the free dives and re-explore some of these environments. But let me know what you think. If you want to see that, let me know. And if you want me to talk more about some of the ecological standpoints, I know I've been doing more of the kind of just play through it with some facts scattered along. Let me know what you want to know more about. My whole purpose of this channel was to start something that anybody could watch and learn just some basics on, at least on Thursdays whenever I release these ecological videos or these sciencey videos.
There you go, first waypoint. They'll load automatically from here on in. I have the Explorer drones patrolling to get as many eyes and ears looking for the pod as possible.
Do I need the buoys?
No, we'll use the hydrophones on the drones. They don't have the range or fidelity of the boys, but we need speed.
Thanks.
Mariah, you know that no chatter rule was just for the vent area, right?
I'm sorry?
I think he's pointing out that you seem distracted.
Sorry. I'm back. Talk to me about something positive, Andre. Were you able to make contact with the teenagers you were telling me about?
They've been helping the leatherback turtle population rebound here in the region. They've developed a nest cooling technology to help the baby turtles. They've also built their own tracking drones.
Teens with tech. Sounds like you've inspired some citizen scientists, Andre.
And citizen scientists are such a cool concept that you don't hear enough about. It would be physically impossible for scientists like myself to go out and record all of these things. So we rely a lot on communication with the public and the populace to push more investigation to track these animals. You see a lot of companies that sell like those beads that let you track a shark. Yes, we as scientists we put trackers on these sharks, but they're the ones that keep track of them. They are the ones that locate new pods. They do population counts for scientists. The citizen scientists are really, really important to the whole economic and ecosystem side of things, because they can reach places where we just cannot go. And a lot of them do the funding on their own, where they're just normal, everyday citizens that go out and explore. Okay, we got all those of our first sperm well. And that is one part of ecological sciences that I'm really trying to work on, is building communication and communication lines with normal citizens, farmers, ranchers, because there's no way we're going to be able to protect every species without the help of everyone else involved. Okay. Whale shark? So we got to scan our whale shark here.
Have you decided whether or not you want another dive back at the brine pool?
With everything going on, I really hadn't had the chance to look at the schedule, but I would always say yes to that.
Right.
Oh, let's see if we can catch up and scan that dude. But yeah, building a community of educated, just educated people in general. A lot of conservation has issues with, especially like wildlife reintroductions.
I found the underweight orca.
If you can easily collect a sample, we might as well screen him for toxins and pathogens.
But farmers and ranchers are a big part of it. If we can't get them, especially in the US, where we have large open spots of land, where things like wolves, perfect example. There's so much controversy about wolves that reintroducing them is going to hurt livestock and stuff like that, which it does happen. I'm not going to say it doesn't. That would be a lie. But there are mitigations that we can take, and we can help rebalance the entire ecosystem. And I'm actually working on a video. If it's out by the time this one comes out, I will link it and put a card up on screen right about now. But it's going to be talking about reintroduction of beavers in Europe. Beavers are a keystone species that focus on rebuilding wetland regions. And without wetlands, we lose a lot of biodiversity. So they're really important to
I don't
reintroduce.
remember having dolphins in the dive objectives.
I added them because of their role in the disease that hit the dolphin population a few years back.
Done. Andre, have you picked up any tags from our pod?
No, not yet. I'm going to widen the radius for the explorer drones.
We've almost completed all the dolphins. There we go. We've completed all the dolphin scans, so we can take a look at them. Sorry, I can talk about ecological stuff very frequently. So ask questions. I'm happy to make a side video, a short, something to explain whatever topics you are interested in. because I want to inform the world on ecology and just the science of our ecosystem and how everything interacts.
I'm near the waypoint and can hear a humpback singing, but I don't see it. I think I'm losing it. It's gotta be close. I feel like it's singing right in my ear.
Try a scan visor.
That's totally weird. I see a scan dot, but nothing's there. I think the humpback is invisible.
Sorry, I'm afraid I'm the invisible whale.
I'm definitely losing it. I thought you just said you're an invisible whale.
Well, not me. The humpback song I generated. You're at a playback station. It's pretty small on the buoy line, but in the dark you probably can't see the line.
Wow, it must be pretty authentic. At least enough to convince your drone. Mirai, have you heard back from Ren yet?
No.
Is Ren okay? Rai, are you there?
I'm not sure.
Pardon?
I meant about Ren. I don't know. We had a fight right before I left the sub.
Do you want to call her now? I can patch you through.
Seriously? Here?
Well, I have to watch your video feed for safety, but I can mute your audio track for privacy.
Wow, I've never talked to her while I was diving. No, I'll wait for the sub.
Okay, Mariah, you're on. The drone on the outer patrol just picked up several sperm whales on visual.
Thanks.
No sound alerts at all. They're being awfully quiet.
Sorry, I got really quiet as well. This is just one of those, like, it's just so surreal. There's so much out there. But let's go see if we can find out what's going on.
I think I found the pod. Yes, that is them. I don't see the baby, but it's a little dark.
Why aren't they moving?
They're sleeping.
I had no idea. They look alien, but beautiful.
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna mute my comm while I get the samples.
I don't think they can hear us through your visor.
I think she is the one that is needing some quiet.
Thanks, Arena. Catch you at the sub. Mariah out.
It's so cool. This is how sperm whales actually sleep. And as you can see, they're just hanging out. This is another short dive, but kind of putting the two together will make this a full episode. And then I think when we come back, we'll only have one episode left. Oh, they're waking up. But I think that is our last dive. So we have a little bit more of, or for this episode at least. Like I said, I think we have one, maybe two more left before we wrap this up. But let's listen to our calls and kind of the end of dive report.
Hello, Mirai. It's me. I don't see a sample from either the baby or the mother. Andre said you were going back out to look for them. I know you are still deciding, but I told him you're thinking about leaving the expedition early. As soon as I have results, I'll let you know.
Mirai, I think I have a location for the mother and baby. They were spotted just outside the research zone by those teenagers I was telling you about. Now, I don't have much data, but the report doesn't sound positive. I'll let Irina know as well.
Hello? Were you asleep? It's the middle of the day. Why does that matter? Did you say school wasn't working out?
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Listen, I'm exhausted. I'll catch you later, okay? Bren, please don't hang up. Bren? Okay.
Oh, looks like we got the next dive available. I thought this was going to be a little bit of a longer part, but I think we are kind of set. And time-wise, we are about right where we need to be. I want to thank everyone again. The support has been, it really means a lot to me. So thank you again for liking, subscribing, interacting with the video in any way, shape, or form. And if you've made it this far, thank you very much. And have a wonderful day. Until next time.